Ah. Hi there. Welcome to my kitchen on this Sunday evening for an unplanned and spur of the moment YouTube live video. I am not asking anybody to break away from their Sunday evening schedule. I'm just really doing this for the heck of it. This is going to be an easy video. As you can see, it features the Lodge 14-inch cast iron wok. And I'm just simply going to be quickly roasting some cashews this evening. Earlier last week, I posted a comment saying whether folks wanted to see dulce de leche or roasting cashews, and the majority chose dulce de leche, and so we made that. But, well, I still have the cashews, and so it'll only take a little while to roast them. Now, I found this package of raw cashews at a local Middle Eastern market, and I picked them up for a couple of reasons. Hello, Jose Latias. I miss my iron. Oh, what happened to your iron? I hope everything's okay there. Anyway, I picked up these cashews at a local Middle Eastern market for a couple of reasons. Number one, this big 14-ounce container is a little cheaper than the typical canned cashews you get at Wally World. Oh, I see, you've just moved. Well, then that's a good thing. Don't worry, you'll make up for it after the move is over. I went through that last year. Anyway, this was a little bit cheaper than what you normally get at Wally World. And of course, roasting cashews yourself produces much better results. Hello to everybody else. Hello, hello, hello. Hello from across the pond. Well, that was fast. I didn't expect to get somebody from Europe just like that. But anyway, nice and simple. As I mentioned, roasting these cashews here will produce, well, I'm hoping, better results than what you would normally get just from buying the cashews in a can. Especially since this is easy and it is not going to take long. As I mentioned, I've got a wok here for roasting these peanuts, and yes, thanks to Alton Brown for that suggestion. On the other hand, I'm going to start out by dry roasting them, in that I'm going to add these to this hot wok without adding any oil yet. And that, of course, is dry roasting them. So away we go. There we go. And since these are, of course, they're similar to peanuts, that means I figure these things should release their oil in a few minutes or so. And, well, then that means we will have some roasted cashews. Actually, yeah, that's the one. And I got this actually from a YouTube video from India on dry roasting peanuts. The idea is just that. You roast these for several minutes like this until they get hot and smoky and they change color. Then you add just a little bit of peanut oil, and that's when you can finish it off. So with any luck, this should only take about 10 minutes or so. So anyway, yeah, this is nice and simple. So obviously this is something anybody could do. Although this is my first time doing this with cashews. So here I'm hoping that these cashews don't turn out to have a completely different consistency than we would have with peanuts, although I doubt it. I am using a wooden wok spatula tonight, largely because as much as I love using my metal wok spatula, I know that the scraping sound drives people crazy. So really, for your benefit, I am using a wooden spatula tonight. And that should at least keeps the scraping down to a minimum. On the other hand, this wok was already at over 400 degrees when I added the cashews. So that means, yes, I do have to keep them moving because I don't want these things to burn. They're not quite like pecans, which will burn if you sneeze the wrong way. But as I said, this is my first time roasting cashews. And I'm going on the assumption that these things are probably more sensitive than peanuts, which is why, again, I don't want to stop here. I am also doing this live on my phone again, so the comments, I'm afraid, they appear and then they disappear, like this one here. I've got that wok. The base is round and about 6 or 7 inches in diameter, and I agree, it is a really good wok. I'm very happy with this. This wok was the first, yes, the first piece of cast iron I actually got for myself of my own choice in January of 2011. This was only a couple of weeks, maybe almost, no, less than a month after I was bitten by the cast iron bug, and I was only just beginning to start a collection of cast iron. I had a gift certificate for my brother for Christmas that year, and so I chose an Amazon gift certificate, and I used that to get my very first piece of cast iron, again, that I'd chosen for myself. And it turned out to be the large cast iron wok. A choice that I have never regretted. Yeah, this is what I mean. These things are all, it looks like these things are already browning, and they may even be starting to burn. So I guess these things are not quite like peanuts. Okay, well, at least I'm noticing that. In which case then, I better not take any chances. And let's add some oil right away. I'm not going to drown it in oil. With any luck, all we need is just a tiny bit. Hopefully that should be all we need. I just put in, I don't know, maybe about 2 or 3 tablespoons of oil. So we will go from there. Yeah, as I said, these are not the same as peanuts. That's why I kept an eye out for any signs of burning. This is peanut oil, though, because, of course, these are nuts. So based on that, hopefully then, we will have some nice fried cashews in just a few minutes or so. But, like I said, I had purchased this wok in January, well, not purchased, I used an Amazon gift certificate, in January of 2011. I've used it many, many times since, and in fact, I warped it. This wok here is a spinner. Because in my early days of learning how to cook in cast iron, I made the same mistake that many folks do when they first learn to cook in cast iron. I kept the stovetop heat up way, way too high. I was blasting it on high for most of the time. And as a result, that was actually too hot. And after a while, yes, this thing here actually started wobbling. It is a spinner. And yeah, those of you who do have the large cast iron wok know that it's got to be at least ½ an inch thick or more on the bottom. So yeah, that was kind of an impressive feat in the wrong way for me to actually warp the large cast iron wok. These things are turning color pretty fast, actually. So yeah, this is not going to take long at all. And in fact, maybe I should even get out a strainer. I do have a metal bowl here for these peanuts. I think I should get a strainer to strain out the oil. So let's get that right now. There we go. That won't take long. Anyway, gotta keep them moving because I don't want them to burn. Yeah, right now some of these are getting to be a nice dark color. I'm not seeing any signs of burning, and hopefully I won't. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, that's right. I actually managed to warp this wok. The good news is, as I found out, especially because it's a wok, that's actually not a bad thing, being warped in the very center. Because woks, of course, are designed to have this sweet spot in the center. You know, the part that gets hotter than all the rest of it. And apparently, you know, when you warp a cast iron pan and it gets all warped in the center, that's what happens. It develops a hot spot in the center. So, just out of sheer luck, fortunately, the performance of this wok really, I don't think it decreased. Suffice to say, I'm still using it on a regular basis, such as now, even though it has now been 12 years and 6 months, in fact. So this wok has been in my possession for 12.5 years. I've gotten a ton of use out of it, including when I made dulce de leche just a couple of days ago. Yeah, this is not taking long at all. These things are definitely taking on some color. In fact, I think we're almost done already because I don't want these things to burn. So yeah. Okay, well anyway, if nothing else, this is a lesson learned. No, you cannot dry roast these the way you could dry roast peanuts. They apparently don't release their natural oils the way peanuts do. Or for all I know, maybe these things were processed before they were put in the bag. Maybe these were blanched or boiled. Let me check that carefully while still doing this. Shared pink. No, it doesn't say anything at all about these things being blanched or boiled. So that means I'm going to have to assume, therefore, that you can't dry roast cashews the way you can dry roast peanuts. Fortunately, found that out before it was too late. So these things are taking on a nice color already. I'd say they'll probably be done in about a minute. Nice. So yeah, this is not going to take long at all. But anyway, there's my story of the large cast iron wok, which is indeed a wonderful, wonderful piece of cast iron. It's because of this wok. Yeah, I think we're getting to that point. I'm going to turn off the heat now. And let's move over here slightly. It's because of this wok that I still have not learned how to properly toss my food in a wok. So that is one of many things I have to do yet. That is, get a standard wok and learn how to toss, shake it and toss the food. But until then, this large cast iron, this large cast iron wok is definitely going to continue getting a lot of use. All right, there we go. Yeah, boy, looks like it did not absorb much of the oil, which is good. I think I used maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons, and it looks like most of it is still here. So once we drain this, I will toss in the salt, and we will be good. There we go. Hello, Janet Batista. I'm sorry, the video is almost done already. This actually turned out faster than I thought. Because we've got some nice fried cashews here. I guess you can't really call them roasted since they're more like fried. Nonetheless, there we go. There's a little bit of extra oil. Actually, yeah, I should probably use another dish. Let me get another bowl for those cashews. There we go. And the extra oil, of course, will also help to season the pan. So, a little bit more. There we go. And now for this. And of course, we salt them right away. So let's find, here it is. Here's the salt. Actually, let's just toss it. A little bit more. That should probably be enough. All right, that was even faster than I expected. And yeah, it was a learning experience, but I managed to get these before actually burning of them. Some of them are quite dark, but there is no black. And most importantly, no burn smell. So I'd say we are pretty good here. But there we go. We've got some home fried cashews, which, as I said, cost a little less than what you see in the store. Did not know raw cashews contain urushiol. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that either. Huh, that's interesting. Okay, well, these definitely have been steamed. And yeah, I know what urushiol is, in fact. That is the same toxin that is used, that is in poison ivy, no less. So I'm going to have to look up and verify what you just said, quite frankly. But nonetheless, these things are definitely cooked. I mean, they're all colored, some of them very darkly colored. So these are definitely not raw. But there we go. And, well, nothing much else I could say. These things are hot. I've got to wait for them to cool down before I can try them. But here are our roasted cashews. I've heard that about urushiol as well. Oh, I know for a fact that urushiol is in poison ivy. I know that because I actually kind of looked that up a few years ago. Kind of like for a prank I had thought of pulling but decided not to, largely because my conscience wouldn't let me. Essentially, you know how all of these stupid internet memes basically lie to you and say all kinds of things, cure cancer, for instance. You know, just about everything cures cancer and just about everything causes cancer, all of which are quite frankly not true. And I was tempted to do one of those stupid internet memes talking about the health benefits of urushiol. And as I said, I couldn't do it. Yeah, my conscience wouldn't let me. All right, but nonetheless, there we go. This, once again, is the Lodge Cast Iron Wok. I appreciate folks showing up so fast. I mean, I know this was a short video, but this is all I wanted to do. And besides, it's hot out this evening, so I could only be in the kitchen for very long. So thank you very much, everybody. You can always watch this again on YouTube, and I will let you know how the cashews turned out. Thank you, everybody. Have a good evening, and keep cool.